po. This is Dr. Homer po.
And this is Nilda. We have a special guest.
Dr. Marjorie Dries Andal po.
Ayan.
Welcome po. This is our weekly podcast po. So, okay, Nilda, before we talk.
Before we have this talk, ako po yung magsasalita sandali. So, sobrang sexy ni Doktora. Lalo po kung lumalaki sa frame. Ay. So, next time po, ang aming guest, mas payat ng konti sa akin. Mas payat lang ng konti. Ito, sobrang sexy talaga si Doktora. Oo, Doktora. Anyways, Doktora, thank you for being here. And we are so happy.
Inambush po namin si Doktora para hindi niya alam na gagawin namin po siyang guest.
Yes.
No?
Oo.
In support of Dr. Homer with the molecular medicine.
Okay.
Yes.
Pero hindi naman talk about orthomolecular medicine,
Yes.
diba? This is more on educating the public, right?
Oo.
So just to give a background, Doktora, what is your practice po?
Actually, I'm a military pediatrician.
Nako, military, yari na. Oo, yari na.
Actually, nandito ako with the orthomolecular medicine tsaka yung mga health topics because my family is been diagnosed with cancer. So, as a traditional doctor, dun ko na-realize for how many years of practice, parang may kulang pala. We must do something. There must be a different approach with the patient. It must be holistically po. At sa yun, natutuwa ako na ang galing na parang ang dami pala nating pwedeng magawa to supplements to preserve the cellular health po.
Yun. Okay. Speaking of cellular health,
Yes.
Nilda, how is your cellular health lately?
Well, actually, now I'm looking at the frame. It's not. It's so big. The cellular here. Oo.
Big heart.
Big heart, di ba, no, Doktora?
Yes
Oo.
po.
So, Doktora, doon sa mga yung regular na mga nakikita mong patients,
Yes.
especially kung may cancer patients.
Yes.
So, what is really the approach po, Doktora, na ginagawa niyo right now?
So ngayon, hindi lang tayo, kumbaga masasabi na ito yung cancer patient who must undergo chemo and radiation. So we must prepare the patient, of course, yung psychological preparation nila, yung support ng family nila during the treatment. I think it's very important. At saka yung nutrition, and then yung guide ng physician throughout the treatment. So it won't only stop on the treatment proper. Yung physician must be there before, during, and after the treatment. Yun yung pinaka-important and nami-miss, I think, ng traditional
Doctors.
So speaking of since we were talking about every topic natin when we do our podcast, diba? We always discuss about yung nutritional aspect ng cancer patient. So in your sa point of view niyo, Doktora, what is the most important when it comes to nutrition? Ano ba dapat at hindi dapat kinakain ng mga cancer patients?
So of course, number one dyan yung mga processed food. So ang mundo ay nakapaligid sa processed food. So habang sabi ko nga sa mga patient ko, habang dumadami yung ingredients, matakot na kayo. Lalo na sa mga bata, yung mga simpleng chichirya, yung mga chips na color yellow, it's part, sabi nga, tartazine. So
Tama.
part siya ng parang color ng ano yun, yung pintura.
Tama.
So imagine yun ang
Correct.
pinapakain nyo sa mga bata. So imagine kung kumbaga magsusunod-sunod niya as they age, so it will create diseases. So important to prepare yung whole food po talaga. Healthy plate, so mostly consists of vegetables, a balanced protein po na hindi processed. So mostly fish, mas maganda yung mga deep sea, and usually yung mga animal protein, we must be careful kasi minsan nakakatakot, minsan may mga injection. So still, we need to detoxify a lot with lots of vegetables and fruits. Especially ano rin ako ng culinary medicine.
Wow,
Ayun.
culinary medicine
So
talaga
talagang
naman.
kailangan talaga ang pasyente ay holistic. So yun.
So, I mean, going back to yung nutrition, especially kasi since you're a pediatric,
Yes,
diba,
doc.
doctor. So, in kids naman, kasi mahirap pa kainin minsan mga
no,
bata ng
problem.
gulay, di
Talaga
ba?
sila.
Yun ang
Okay,
laging
oo.
encounter problem ko with the parents, di ba?
Oo.
Makikita ko ang bata, yung they love sweets talaga and chips. But for me, sabi ko, Mommy, if you really want a healthy immune system, not only dependent with the vaccine, you must, kailangan may good ang foundation nyo with the health. So as much as possible, sa baby ko talaga, no sweets at all. And I try variety, mostly yung mga vegetable soups, and then bone broth, that's chicken feet. That's really,
Chicken feet.
yes.
Nako,
Really
yun na,
rich in
chicken feet.
collagen.
Sarap.
Opo.
Collagen.
So, iwasan nyo silang i-introduce sa highly processed like yung mga hot dogs. So, as
Naku,
long kasi nila
hot
na
dogs.
taste nila yung salt na yon, tsaka yung sugar, they will look for it.
Tama.
So, as long na training nyo sila as younger age pa lang with the healthy meals, magugulat kayo sila na yung maghahanap at aayaw ng mga
processed
food.
foods.
Opo.
Tama.
paano naman, doktora? Yung mga katulad kong used to eat na talagang processed foods. Saka plenty. Diba? Paano na yun? Anong gagawin? Tatakotin na lang natin.
Sa atin yung behavioral modification. So talaga kasi different approaches tsaka kung paano mo i-discipline yung sarili mo. But we have to make sure talaga, lalo na ang mundo nga, ang daming infectious disease. So the good foundation of healthy immune system is still the food of what we intake pa rin.
Doktor, meron ba tayo no sa mga behavioral para matigil yung pagkain ng mga masasama?
Meron, stapler.
Sakit naman!
Well, actually, there are ways. Meron tayo yung tinatawag na ear acupuncture just to help with the appetite, no? Para hindi sila nagki-crave.
Yes.
Kasi that helps with yung cravings. Kasi it could be cravings from food, from alcohol, from cigarettes. So, the same mechanism, may mga ear acupuncture tayong ginagawa.
Pag may nakita ko kayo next week sa akin dito.
Bulitas,
Bulitas, mga ganyan, oo. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa rin effective, malakas pa rin ang talagang urge to eat. Oo.
Kaya talaga dyan papasok yung counseling along the way.
Counseling.
Don't stop talaga during consultation.
Dami na bang requirement yan? Oo, doktor. So yung mga cancer patients talaga natin, dapat talaga, from the start, lalo na kung genetic or what, di ba, doktora? Sabi mo nga yung family ba?
Yes,
Sabi
yung
mo?
family mother ko actually, and then my late husband. So talagang, kung talagang sa hirap nga mahirap maging doktor, lalo na kasi parang in the traditional way, pero nung nalaman ko tong the integrative management, dun mas lumawak ba yung knowledge ko na yes, you must be just, kailangan open-minded ka lang.
Tama.
Para maging kumbaga, it's not for kailangan strict ako dito with the CPG. You must be open-minded kasi health po yun eh. So, it's the cellular na may missing tayo sa treatment. We must admit that.
Yes.
Para for the good of the patient din.
Wow, wonderful, no? Tama-tama ang ating guest for this particular episode, no?
Doktora, dami ko natutunan.
Oo, dami mo natutunan.
So, experience talaga.
So going back to yun nga, since we're talking about cancer and nutrition, no? How about let's go to yung mga ginagamit natin ngayon, no? So, ano ba yung ginagamit
yung
natin?
mga repurposed drugs
Tama.
that we are using right now na hindi lang chemo, saka mga radiation. Actually, alam mo, doktor, meron tayong patient ngayon na nag-undergo ng radiation, saka ng chemo, 8 cycles, etc. And then, kakausapin siya ng onco. Sabihin na, kailangan pa ng additional.
Bakit daw?
Hindi kasi nagkon
Hindi nag-effective.
Tapos nagkaroon siya ng nagkalat. Habang siya nagtitreatment. So, because dahil nahirapan yung patient, kasi suka ng suka, sabi niya, ayoko na.
Ayaw mo na.
Oo.
So, but we do see, marami talagang ganyan
Yes, Doc.
Yung sumusuko, no? So, after 1, 2, 3,
8 yun, doktor, natapos na.
tapos,
Walang nangyari. Hindi effective ang chemo.
And the radiation, sabi mo, di ba?
Radiation, tapos ng chemo. Parang, sabi nga niya, bakit pa siya tutuloy ng additional?
Yes
So, nangyari, doktor, chismis to, pero hindi ko rin confirm. Nag-take siya ng ivermectin. Tapos parang merong changes. So,
gano'ng katagal daw siya nag-take bago
nag-stop siya ng June. Tapos ng July, nag-letrozole. Ng 1 month. Hindi niya rin nakayanan. November siya nag-take ng ivermectin lang.
November.
January, nag-PET scan siya. wala naman changes doon sa kanya, kaya lang hindi lumaki.
Ayan,
At least,
tama.
mas
Yun.
Oo,
na
that's a
rin.
good
Oo,
news
parang
already,
ang
actually.
sabi kasi doon sa onko, nung
Oo.
nag-radiation siya,
Oo.
kumalat.
Oo.
Yun ang biro mo, breast,
Oo.
napunta sa bone,
Yes.
napunta sa lungs.
Oo.
Kaya
Tama.
syempre sabi niya, ayoko na.
Oo.
Bata pa, 68 lang eh.
Okay.
Yun.
Okay.
Kaya yun nga bakit ganun, doktor? Kahit ang chemo na parang mas magaling pang repurpose drug mo, Dok. Oo, bakit ganun?
Hindi, minsan talaga nangyayari yan. Kasi nga, number one, yung kagaya na sinasabi ni Doktora kanina, yung foundation kasi ng pasyente. Let's say, nagkikimo siya, nagre-radio, pero yung diet niya hindi naman malinis. Kinakain pa niya, matatamis, puro karne, processed foods. Natural, mabubuhay ulit, nakaka-recover yung cancer cell, nakakabuhay siya. Kasi ang chemo mo every 3 weeks siguro. So, yung 3 weeks siguro, 2-3 araw lang effective yung chemo. Yung other days na wala kang chemo,
Wala siyang tinitin.
dadami ulit yung cancer.
Oo.
And then it becomes more resistant. Naging resistant siya kasi hindi na siya namatay sa chemo or radio. So, yun yung mga matitibay. So, maiiwan siya. Yun ang dami. So, they become more resistant to further treatments, no?
Tsaka sasabihin pa, Dok, ng isang doctor is, walang bawal.
Oo,
Kainin
yun.
mo lahat.
Tama,
So,
tama.
that's wrong.
Oo. Which really happens. That happens a lot talaga na
Yes.
sasabihin talaga ng sadly, no, sinasabi nila na you can eat everything, but actually we all know na it's not true talaga. So it's
yung mga keto diet, doktor.
you can actually keto diet. Kaso lang sa Pilipinas kasi, ang mga Pilipino, pag walang kanin, walang buhay, di ba? Sabi nga nila, di ba? Rice is life. So, it's a matter of, kumbaga, adapting, changing, kumbaga, instead of magwa-white rice ka, mag-brown rice ka, red rice, black rice, rather than just going pure white rice. Para lang bumaba yung sugar mo. And you can also take some drugs, no? Or supplements that help lower your sugar. No, so you can take sa drugs, you can take metformin that lowers your sugar. It's also anti-cancer. Kaya nga tawag natin sa metformin repurposed drugs for cancer. So kung ayaw nila ng metformin, pwede sila mag-ampalaya. 'Di ba? Yung tsaa ng ampalaya nakakababa ng sugar. So there's also yung berberine, nakakababa din ng sugar. So these are things that helps to lower the sugar, control your sugar para hindi dumami agad yung cancer.
So yun. So po pwede naman pala ma-avoid yun, no, doktor?
Yes,
Kahit na walang chemo.
Well, I mean, we cannot completely say hindi sila
Wala.
dapat mag-chemo or mag-chemo sila kasi hindi natin alam yung situation. Hindi naman natin alam kung anong type of cancer din. So, we cannot really say na hindi ka dapat mag-chemo kasi it has to be a personal choice. Para hindi nagkakasisihan sa huli.
Yes.
'Di ba? I mean, how many times have we seen that yung pasyente ayaw mag-chemo, ayaw mag-radio, pero buong pamilya
Gusto.
So it creates a friction.
Yes.
So nag-aaway-away sila. So instead na family support, away pa.
Yes.
And that puts more pressure on the patient.
Yes.
Nagkakasakit lalo. So imbis na gumaling, lalo silang nagkakasakit. And by the time they would choose to do chemo, it becomes too late.
Yes.
Kasi sobrang hina na or kalat na sa buong katawan. No, at the same, pero pwede rin na yung patient who wanted to do chemo pero may mga, let's say, yung anak or yung asawa ayaw naman mag-chemo. So that also creates conflict.
Yes.
No, so I think there has to be an agreement muna between the family to support kasi ang hirap kasi pag nagsisihan sa huli. Tapos nagre-regret, nagtuturuan.
Yes.
So that creates a lot of lalo na pag namatay, may guilt ka. Then you have some form of guilt conscience, di ba? Sabihin parang kasalanan ko yata. So that also happens a lot, no? So I think a lot of patients, especially those who are listening, no? If you're in that situation, you really have to, kumbaga, i-resolve it immediately. Kasi kung hindi, mahirap gamutin yung ganong klaseng types of patients na they have a conflict in the family or with their loved ones na ano ba dapat ang kanilang gagawin. No? Ay okay lang kung wala silang pera, hindi mo masisisi, di ba? But what if they have money pero they don't choose to do what is the best for them? Tapos nagkakaroon ng conflict, nagkakagulo, nagkaaway lalo. So it's very important, I think, to be, gaya na sabi ni Doktora kanina, open-minded tayo.
Yes.
You do not close all the doors.
Yes.
You always keep it open. The option is still there. Pero I mean, it has to be a personal choice
Yes.
para hindi sisihan sa huli at
Yes.
walang regrets.
Mm-mm.
Kasi regrets always happens at the end.
Yes.
Tama, hindi naman at the beginning at
Yes.
regrets, no?
Mm, kasi iyak-iyak, no?
Iyak.
Nakakaiyak naman talaga to.
Oo. So, again, so that's what we try to see. So, so aside from ivermectin, though, we also have some new
Yes, so nga
formulation.
pala, doktor, yun
Oo.
nga pala yung tanong. Kasi
Oo.
actually, ang dami rin pong mga patients natin na popular kasi po yung Fenben eh.
Mm.
Yeah. And apparently po, yung ivermectin, we also have a combination with mebendazole.
Mm.
And then now it is available in just one pill.
Opo.
Triple na po ang combination that is ivermectin, mebendazole, and fenbendazole.
Yes.
So, when is the best time ba, doctor, to take that?
I mean, for now, because what we have seen lately, no, with ivermectin and mebendazole, it has some, kumbaga, effect, but not consistent.
Mhm.
Meaning, there's still some cancers that are not so, kumbaga, responsive to ivermectin and mebendazole. So that's why we came up with a combination of 3-in-1, which is ivermectin, mebendazole, fenbendazole, which the reason being, kasi yung fenbendazole and mebendazole, even though magkapamilya sila, same family, no? They seem to have different actions, and they, kumbaga, nagko-complement siya. So it adds on to the, kumbaga, pressure on the cancer cells. So we find that if you use based on the past mga patients na nakita natin who took ivermectin, mebendazole together with separately fenbendazole, they seem to also respond. So that's why we came up with this para 3-in-1, para isang inom na lang, hindi na sila maghahanap ng
Yes,
so that's what
iba pa, no?
para mas
Yes,
it's more convenient for
Yes.
patients, para hindi na sila naghahanap at naghahagilap saan nila kukunin yung fenbendazole minsan, no? So that's why we came up with this formulation, no? But again, this formulation, hindi lang naman siya dapat, I mean, they don't work alone. Kasi may mga pasyente, Doc, ito lang gusto ko i-take. So,
Yes.
sasabihin natin, wala namang problema if you wanna take that alone. Pero, don't expect significant improvement. Especially kung kakain ka ng bawal.
Yes.
Di ba? Kung kakain ka ng ng meat, tapos kakain ka ng mga sweets, cakes, nag-ice cream ka pa. Don't expect to to become better sooner because hindi mo pa rin na-clean up yung diet. So that's why when we give these types of medication, no, we always include that yung sinasabi natin kanina, yung metformin or berberine, no, anything that lowers sugar, anything that blocks fats from being absorbed. Kaya nga we avoid too much fat foods kasi it can also trigger the cancer cells to use the fats as a source of energy, tsaka dadami siya, no? So we avoid these types of foods, tsaka mga processed foods. So I think, we keep on reminding people, pero yung iba kasi hindi nagre-register or they refuse to believe what is kasi pag nagsi-search sila sa Google, no, sasabihin, you can still eat blah 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 blah, even though studies have shown that if you eat these types of foods talaga, you're more likely to be sicker, and you won't get better anytime because you're not cleaning up your diet.
Yes
No?
po, doktor.
Mm.
Parang nakakalungkot din mo, no, doktor, no? Yung diet kasi talaga mahirap eh. Naisip ko na nga kung anong kakainin mo. Pero kapag kayo may kaso talagang strict tayo na wala talagang carbo,
Opo.
walang sugar, walang masyadong salty,
Mm.
ayun, in moderation.
Teka
lang
nga,
kain.
ikaw, comment ka ng comment. Huwag ganito, huwag ganito. Ikaw, ano ba kinakain mo?
Kanin.
Tingnan mo? Ikaw talaga,
Pero konting ulam lang.
Konting ulam. Gano'ng karaming konting ulam?
Mga isang mangkok.
Tapos yung kanin, kung isang mangkok ang... Huwag na natin sabihin.
Huwag na natin sabihin kasi baka sabihin na nag-violate ako. Nag-a-attract pa ako sa inyo na kumain ng kumain. Ayun.
Okay, so anyway, I will just want to greet those who are watching now. Miss Alisa, Miss Rafrance, Monette, Yami, Irene, and Jang. Jang said hello daw.
Hello. How was your Bacolod event?
Yeah. Anyway, Miss Alisa is asking, ano po ba ang benefits ng ozone therapy?
Oy,
Oy.
gusto ko rin yun,
Uso, Dok.
doktor.
Tsaka
Bakit?
proper, Dok.
Oh.
Baka pumayat ako doon.
Hindi ka papayat doon.
Okay. Wag o, yung mga obese. Okay, wag na mag-ozone
How about
therapy.
you, Doc?
Paano nga ba yun, doktor? Yung
Edi,
ozone
tanong natin kay
therapy?
Doktora,
Ayun, sige,
Doktora
sige.
Dris. How, for you, ano ba yung benefits talaga ng ozone therapy?
So they are under you're giving the body the right oxygenation.
Oxygen.
Pero, di ba, Dok, may proper yan?
Oo,
So,
tama.
kailangan pumunta kayo sa proper clinic at di kayo basta-basta.
Tama.
Oo.
Oo, tama. A lot of, kasi marami kasi ngayon mga clinics tsaka doctors, they're doing ozone without realizing na hindi naman tama yung paggagawa.
Yes.
Kasi especially yung ozone, yung treatment na ozone, no? Tapos yung lalagyanan mo plastic, tapos
Plastic.
ino-ozone mo, natutunaw
Yes.
yung plastic, napupunta sa swero. So pati yung plastic ng swero napupunta sa dugo mo. So it's very important to be able to realize na hindi lahat ng ozone safe
Yes.
and effective, no? So how about Ibu? Ano naman yung Ibu? Ibu is parang nililinis yung dugo. Dinadialyze ng dugo to clean the blood from yung mga toxins. At the same time, nakaka-lower din ng cancer cells kasi sometimes it removes these abnormal cells sa dugo. Pero most importantly, the Ibu also can lower sugar. Di ba nga nag-conference tayo? We had a excellent speaker who is also a expert on dialysis based in Sweden, no, in Lund University. And it was the first time for him to speak about it kasi very new yung kanyang concept, but we already know that kasi with Ibu we're lowering sugar. So his concept was, what if you can do dialysis in such a way that you're trying to lower yung sugar, lower mo yung sugar, no? In such a way para magutom yung cancer cells, mamatay siya. So ang tawag niya doon actually was therapeutic hypoglycemia using dialysis, no? So this was the first time in the world that was being discussed, no? Using dialysis filters to lower blood sugar. So it's really very interesting. In fact, he was so happy na sabi nga niya sa akin after ng conference. So buti na lang nag-attend ako kasi this is the first time I was able to talk about it in a big event, big number of doctors. So I think we're getting there, no? Kasi before kasi yung ozone, Ibu, wala naman naniniwala dyan. Sabi nila, hindi naman effective yan, kalokohan mo. Ano lang yan, how do you say, parang peperahan ka lang yan, no? But now we have kumbaga, may basis talaga na someone who never heard of Ibu and then telling you dialysis the patient to lower the sugar para mamatay yung cancer. Imagine, no? So he thought about it, pero we've already been doing it for more than yung technology more than 30, 40 years na.
Correct.
So just imagine that, these are things that are out there that are effective. And yet hindi kasi na-fully utilized kasi na-marginalized because of media and whatever, no? So
sometimes, syempre, doktor, kapag hindi mo rin kayang bayaran yun, kasi medyo pricey din ang Ibo eh.
Opo. So, yun nga. So, gaya sa Pilipinas, no? Kasi ngayon, dialysis, free na eh. No? Sadly, because it's free, yung mga pasyente, nag-aabuso pa rin.
Nga eh.
No? So,
dahil magda-dialysis naman ako eh.
Tama. Kain lang ako.
bawal.
Tapos iinom ako ng madami-madami.
Tama.
Diba meron lang siyang volume.
So anyway, so that's the Ibu, no? So yung autohemotherapy naman is they get blood about 200 ml and then ino-ozonate. O-ozonate nila para mamatay ang virus, bacteria, or cancer cells. And then para ma-restimulate yung immune system mo. Tapos binabalik ng dugo. Yun naman yung autohemotherapy.
Pero doktor, doon sa mga cancer patients natin na stage 4 or stage 3, pwede sila mag-undergo ng mga ganyan?
Actually, they need that. So what we
Oo.
noticed talaga is, especially with Ibu tsaka yung autohemotherapy, they really become better.
Yes.
Okay.
Surprisingly, talagang even 1 to 2 sessions lang. After 1 week, 2 weeks na makikita mo, they look better. Nagugulat nga rin ako. Ang bilis na, they really look better. So that's why we now try to incorporate as much Ibu and autohemotherapy kung afford talaga ng pasyente.
Yes,
Then we would really recommend it kasi it really works. Even if they're doing, chemo, radiotherapy, it works talaga. It helps kasi boost their treatment efficacy.
So
No?
yung kanya doktor, pag binibigay once a month or
Usually kasi pag ibo, at least once a month. Kung mababa ang dugo, then we have to make sure na tumaas mo ng dugo before we do ibo. They can do every other week siguro, pwede rin. Pero we avoid na every week sila mag-iibo kasi bababa hemoglobin,
Yes,
baka
opo.
mag-anemia sila, no?
Opo.
But it's really, I mean, I find it very, very effective. Kaya nga, when we invited this speaker from Sweden, Sture Hubro, talagang, it validated what we have been thinking, and kasi wala naman talagang magre-research on it. So, but lately, because, this guy is so expert on dialysis, talagang, when we were picking his brain, he was saying, and he was saying exactly what we were already thinking. So it was, kumbaga, parang nga siya, he was so happy na, sabi niya, dito lang yata ako sa grupong ito nakakapagsalita out loud kasi sa Sweden daw hindi siya makapagsalita.
Bawal eh.
Baka mukha raw siyang tanga. Hindi naman tanga, si Raulo.
Pero actually doktor, nakakatuwa din kasi talagang ang dami na talagang alternative na po pwedeng gawin. So yung advice ko lang po sa inyo, kapag may cancer, hindi po yan dead end. Yeah. So wag ho kayong masyadong mag-isip kasi talagang aggravate ng cancer. Iba yung worry, no, doktor? Napag-usapan din natin yung mga worry na yan eh.
Tama.
Just be happy po. Yun. Manood kayo ng aming
Kaya,
podcast.
kaya lagi nagpapatawa si Milda.
Opo, ganun po. Yun.
So anyway, going back to Dr. Adris. So, can you, since Dr. Adris had, kumbaga, her husband had cancer, can you go through when she was initially diagnosed, what was going through your minds as young parents?
As actually, Doc, during the first treatment, so ang mind lang namin nun, kapag natapos ko tong chemo radiation, okay na kami. Parang ganun, Doc. So, I don't know, the diet, wala kaming guidance. And then, it's more on the monitoring of the marker without any CT scan. So, kaya nga, ganun nga din na parang, ay, meron pala nito. So, kayo na sa mga cancer patient yun, so you're very lucky kasi andito na yung mga integrative medicine, the orthomolecular, it will help your cellular to build the terrain again. Kasi yun yung nawawala sa cancer patients. So, since with all the toxicity from your chemo radiation, hindi enough yung pag-recover ng cell nyo. You need help. Yung vitamin C, vitamin D level, hindi sasabihin din ng traditional doctor nyo. So, I'm really debating myself for the traditional. Talagang, mas lalo ko uma-attend, mas lalo ko nagsaseminar. Kasi this is real, ito yung real health na kailangan natin i-fulfill yung what our cellular really needs. So, yun. So, we're very thankful sa pagiging, rin naman, parents, of course, mahirap yung adjustment, no? Andyan ang ang cancer patient, andyan ang child mo. Pero when, yun nga, important to seek help.
Yes.
So, lalo, mga ina-advise ko rin na other cancer patient to have consultation with Doc Homer. Kasi nga, important din nila na malaman to give this mga repurpose drug earlier. So, mas lalo mamatay,
no?
Yes. Lalo mas ikikil, hindi kasi na ituturo sa mga cancer patient na may cancer stem cell. Akala mo natapos na i-treatment mo, safe na ako. No, na cancer stem cell is circulating within your system. So, yun yung kailangan nating tanggalin. Through nutrition, through detoxification, through repurpose drugs. Diyan na nga yung mga treatment like yung mga metformin and regulating the blood sugar. So, yun, ang pinaka-importante, I think.
And pero going back to the personal and family,
Yes.
how was your kids? Did they see your kids? Did they see your husband or their dad na when he was sick? What was their reaction?
Actually,
and how were you?
pa lang, baby pa lang.
Baby pa lang.
18 months.
Okay.
Grabe, no?
Andun yung demand. Tapos at the same time, yung mother ko din, ongoing treatment din ng cancer para silang stage 4. But hindi ko alam saan nanggaling strength ko.
Oo nga eh.
Pero during
And
that
it is still love, ha? Bigyan mo
yes.
naman talagang very positive
So,
words.
I'm very happy na natagpuan, nag-seminar ako sa Cancer Reimagine. Miyak-iyak pa ako about the husband. But Dr. Homer, during the course of the treatment with my husband, is really supportive. So, siya lang yata yung consultant na pwede ba i-Viber at even at night. Na nasa
Yes,
ICU kami.
exactly. Oo.
Kaya, gano'n na lang din. And
Bakit
also,
ako, doktor, hindi mo pinapanood pag midnight na? Midnight
Iba naman yung tinatanong mo. Ang tinatanong ni Neil sa midnight, Doc, meron pa akong kalahating rice kanin sa rice cooker. Uubusin ko ba to? Ito sasagutin ko ba yun?
Oo, pwede ba akong kumain ng cake?
Oo, tatanong ba naman sa akin alas 12 ng gabi?
Hindi yun, totoo yun. Hindi ko na po pinapaalam kay Doc. Ayun, pero nakakakon din, no, Doktor? Doktor, talagang dapat courageous kayo, no?
Yes, kasi ako lang yung, since nga, doctor, yung isa ring mahirap, doctor ka, alam mo yung nangyayari, na lalo nagde-deteriorate sila during the cancer, yung pinakamahirap na part. At the same time, andun ka sa position na ito yung decision ng traditional, ito yung ginagawa ko as integrative. Nagtatalo kami.
Nag-aaway. Hindi lang talo, away talaga yun. Away
Pero
yun.
pinaglalaban ko kasi I'm standing for my husband. I'm very happy na naramdaman niya na nakakilala siya ng mga doctor, na naramdaman yung real care, yung feeling na talaga ibinigay ko lahat. So, as in doon, no regret siya. At least kahit all throughout yung process nung kahit man hindi man siya pinalad na mabuhay, pero at least we extend, we provide a quality of life. Yun yung important, I think. So, di natin makokontrol yung situation. We cannot control the loss. But that should be a turning point na ito, I'm having seminar, I'm having diplomate program with orthomolecular medicine to learn more. Kasi doon ko, ngayon this time I want to protect my son from any possible, since my genetic, but I'm forming a good foundation for him through foods, through micronutrient, and also I have a mother who's still in cancer remission. So, yun naman yung goal ko this time. Also, to be an advocate. So, hopefully, na isa ako sa mag-initiate sa military.
Yes!
Exactly.
Yes, alam mo, I mean, there are so many yung ex-military, ex-police na they have to retire because they're sick.
Yes.
And then, pag nagkasakit sila, most of the time, they're the primary breadwinners. Shock ang buong pamilya kasi suddenly, may sakit na nga ako, wala ka pang kikitain. So, kulang pa yung pension mo para sa gamot. So, it's really very important really for people to realize it na even lalo na our people who serve, protect us, no, na talagang we have to also take care of them, no. Sadly kasi minsan hindi talaga na-prioritize ang health ng military kasi malakas daw sila eh. Di ba? They're strong, they're healthy, so they have to, so minsan naiiwan din yung health nila, so they don't take care of their health. No? So eventually they become sick, and then yun nga, bad things happen because they weren't able to, take care of their bodies while they're still young and strong. Kasi feeling nila indestructible sila eh. Di ba, no? Mga bata ay,
sinasalubong nga yung mga baril eh.
Bala
pala,
oo.
Kahit yung mga baril, babaril mo ko, gano'n. May matakutan sila, ganyan. Pero alam mo, actually, very lucky nga tayo kasi meron tayong tinatawag na PSOM, yung Philippine Society of Orthomolecular Medicine. Na for some doctors na traditional, they will not understand. Kaya dapat talaga maging din tayo eh. Parang i-spread natin yung engagement natin. Maybe from the traditional doctors, they will realize it, di ba? And then later on sa lahat din po ng mga tao. Kasi dapat open din talaga yung mga tao. Kasi pag, ay, bumiti para sa dog yan, di ba? Ay, hindi ako iinom yan. Pero pag andun ka na, like what happened during the COVID, you take it di ba? Bakit naman hindi, di ba? Kung nakita naman natin na there are a lot of changes happening do sa kanyang lang katawan, nagiging maayos, sabi mo, di ba, Doktora, naging quality of life niya, yun lang po ang masasabi po namin. Meron ho ba kayong comments?
So, Miss Irene is asking, can Ibu lower your creatinine? Yes, no? Ibu is like dialysis. It can help lower also your creatinine. Funny, no? When I did my second Ibu, no? Yung pinaka-dialysis, pinatest ko yun eh.
Mm.
Pinatest ko. So, nung pinatest ko, tinawagan ako ng laboratory, Dok, okay ka lang ba? Sabi ko, hindi, okay lang, hindi yung dugo ko. Ano yung dialysis? Wala naman ako sakit, huwag ka mag-alala. Because we want to check talaga kung yung nakuha dun sa dugo is may may blood, may creatinine, sugar, uric acid. So we were able to show that this can really lower your creatinine, uric acid, tsaka sugar. So it was just a validation of what we already knew before when we were doing these types of treatments, no? Okay, so well, hello also to Miss Ruthia, Les, and Karel, no? So we're 34 minutes, we're 4 minutes past our 30.
Ay, ang bilis
So,
naman.
masarap ang kwentuhan eh.
Oo.
So anyway, before we go, maybe Dr. Adres would like to say something to our listeners who really listens and kinukulit si Nilda, bakit wala raw podcast?
Oo nga, kinukulit. Eto na po kami. Kasi last week po, nagkaroon kami ng Philippine Society of Orthomolecular Medicine.
Conference.
Yes, conference po.
Oo.
And we are very lucky na na-initiate to yun ni Dr. Homer. And a lot of foreign delegates went here to speak about
Tama.
their experiences with integrative medicine po.
Tama.
Ayun.
Okay, so Dr. Adris, any final message to our viewers and listeners?
Okay, to all the cancer patient, caregivers, especially who are dealing with these chronic diseases. So number one, build a strong foundation. Of course, number one is your faith in God. And then you should have your I know napakasakit when narinig mo yung the terminal diagnosis or not, but still be strong, and then kailangan yung suporta ng buong family. Kasi talagang all throughout the battles, kayo lang yung magkakasama. It may be hard, but just kung proper faith nyo, magiging strong kayo. And then number two, you can seek help with the traditional, but be open. I really encourage you to be open-minded with this integrative medicine. It will really help your cellular na hindi lang i-build ng toxin load. We need to remove it through the detoxification, yan yung mga ibu, oxygenation with this ozone therapy, use of repurposed drug that can help to fight your cancer stem cell, and of course, the proper nutrition. So, kung all throughout na yan, andyan din ang integrative medicine. Actually, yung maganda sa integrative medicine, they guide you they prepare you before the treatment, they give vitamin C infusion, high dose, and then they prepare you during the treatment. You can take supplements para hindi mag-deficient, and then after, they will take care of you to remove, to detox that chemicals. So, you will live a better quality of life. So, yun lang, and then thank you so much, Dr. Homer. And it's my first time.
I'm not the last. I'm not the last.
First time. Huwag ko kayo maniwala first time. Pero totoo, first time po talaga ni Doktor. Ang galing nga niya.
Not the last.
And it's really not, wala to script or
Wala
what.
script. Wala kami script.
Kumbaga sa medicine, all natural.
Okay. How about you, Nilda, before we go?
Well, actually, para sa akin, it's really an open mind na dapat tayo talaga. Open-mindedness, and then faith to God. Kasi don't forget na si God is always there. Kaya naman niya talaga mag-perform ng miracle, 'di ba? So let's continue praying, of course. And if you are really into taking care of yourself, start parang modifying or correcting your diet, and then listen to Doc Homer.
Bakit ako?
Kasi, Dr. Homer, ang dami mo nang napagaling, ha? Ako, kilala ko silang lahat, kaya lang no need
Kilala ko
to
silang lahat.
Oo. Kaya yun nga, I assure you, talagang yung repurposed drugs na ginagamit po ni Doktora sa ni Dr. Homer really works.
Yes.
We're not telling na hindi po nag-work ang mga chemo or the radiation, but if you really don't have, you're financially parang hindi ready for that kind of therapy, then go for a repurposed drug. Call us. Call doctor. Yeah.
Practice na rin siya sa ibang bansa, di ba? So,
Actually,
talaga
yes,
ang dami
oo.
na ring research proven talaga sa repurposed drugs.
Okay, and with that, thank you everyone for listening. We will see you again next week.
Yes, we want Doctora again, right? Yes, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
see
you.
you.
Bye-bye.